What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to Universe Mode in 2K18. It is the SmackDown before SummerSlam, and apparently another one-on-one match with Ellsworth and Rusev before their match, obviously, at SummerSlam. Elsewhere on the card, Luke Harper beats Drew McIntyre, Becky beats Charlotte, the Usos have it locked down on Breezango, and we have Rusev and Ellsworth. And so I welcome you to another Monday morning here on the show. It is Moveset Monday, because, you know, it's Monday. I am still, like, my stomach from last night. I ate way too much watching some football, which I do not care about. But, man, the food was really good. I just kind of ate way too much, so I'm still kind of feeling a little bit, got a little bit of a food hangover this morning, if you will. But it is another fine Rusev day in February. Another fine Rusev day. And there is some wrestling news tonight. Obviously, it is Monday, so Raw is this evening. And we have one confirmed Elimination Chamber matchup, which will be Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Gee, I wonder who's going to win there. I wonder, in Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt to qualify to be in the Chamber, who could possibly win that match? So, even though we know that Roman can win that thing clean every time, I would imagine some kind of Matt Hardy, interference in that matchup, because that will further the Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt feud, and whether we go from woken to broken, still a question, but that makes a lot of sense for those two things to intersect in that form or fashion. But hey, Roman could just win clean because he's Roman. Make him look strong. Anyway, your big news story for today. Oh, just a regular one-on-one matchup? Okay. Okay, Rusev. We'll see about that. I bet you Ellsworth taps out to the Accolade again. But no, your big news story, which I don't know if it's a news story, but Booker T going off on Corey Graves on a podcast about how, it's management's fault and Corey Graves' fault that Booker's not on commentary anymore because that management was afraid that Booker was going to snap and beat up Corey Graves for real. And I'm like, really? This is not... The whole thing to me seems like a work just because it's wrestling. And just because, man, this has got a lot of eyeballs or ear balls on Booker's podcast now. So what's the smartest way to get a lot of eyes on your podcast now that you aren't on Raw every week? Oh, make some statements that could be construed as, inflammatory. It's Wrestling 101. It is Wrestling 101. I have doubts that there's actual beef between Booker and Corey, but it could be. It could be. I don't know. That whole thing was perhaps the most wrestling thing to happen in the past day or so. I'm like, that's just so... How else do you get eyes on your podcast? You said that you want to beat up somebody for real. And everyone's like, oh, I gotta listen next week. I gotta listen to that next podcast. That's just... It's Wrestling Booking 101. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on that situation. Because, think about it. Booker T is still doing the kickoff shows. So he's still technically employed in some way with WWE, right? So why would he threaten another employee at the same company and not think there were going to be, consequences for those actions? Seriously. Like, that's kind of my thing. Like, if he was mad for real and they were afraid he was going to do something for real, he wouldn't work there anymore. Look at what happened to Del Rio, who got himself fired for slapping that guy in catering. So, yeah. I'm going to be team fake on this one. I'm going to say teamwork on this one. And I'm going to say that a lot of the... Like, he even said, oh, I know the dirt sheets are going to pick this up. Like, he even said. So, I'm going to say probably work. But who knows? The most important thing in wrestling is to blur that line. Is the way that even when the business was exposed, even when everybody knew it was all scripted, if you could get people to think you were legit mad at somebody, they would tune in to watch that match. It's like, alright, the rest of this is fake, but those two guys legitimately hate each other. That's Wrestling 101. You blur those lines, You try to keep it as kayfabe as possible, but you make them think that it's legit. So, that is my thought. No, enough with getting kicked. I'm just... Come back! Now what, Rusev? Oh, that's what. Aha! Come... Oh, I missed it. There it is. Let's see. I missed it. I missed it. Get ready, Rusev. Get ready for that Hog Buster. That Hog Buster. From the big Hog. And then I'm doing a thing here. Sure, yeah. Cinch it in, James. Cinch it in. Take him out this way. That's not going to work. He's the Bulgarian Brute. He's the Bulgarian Brute. That's not going to work. What's wrong with you? That was not what I wanted to do anyway, but, you know, kind of whatever. Also, I have... Oh, no. I have a signature and a finisher now, but can I get it to work? Nope. Here comes the accolade. Rope break. Or reversal. Or that was not the accolade. What happened there? What kind of shenanigans with the Uranagi? Now here comes the accolade. And I'm just done. I'm just done. There's no way. There's no escape. I don't even know why I try anymore. There's no escape from the accolade. Just tapping out. Why would the GM even give Ellsworth a shot at the title on Sunday? Oh no! He's not done! No, he's done. He's done. It backfired. He's done. Goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry, James. That might be the end of this feud. I don't even know. Yep. Because that was the same cutscene with John Cena, and then it was over with John Cena. So, is Ellsworth even booked on SummerSlam? That's the question. Hype Bros defeat the New Day. Nakamura defeats Baron Corbin. And that was your main event. It's time for SummerSlam. He still gets the shot. The Hog still gets his shot. Promo from Brock Lesnar during SummerSlam? Okay. Neville and Roman steel cage. Sure. And then Nakamura Cena for that WWE title. Okay. Your grudge match tag team between Team Angle and 2/3 of the Shield. We have Team Angle winning that match. Good for them. Second match on the card, the final battle between these two. KFC presents SummerSlam. Here in Brooklyn, it is now time for the United States Championship match. Introducing first, the champion, hailing from Bulgaria. It is Rusev Day. That was a terrible, it's Rusev Day. I don't have it at all this morning. I am still just, feeling terrible from last night. It is what it is. Let's take that title from that Bulgarian boy. One more time. One more match. United States Championship. It all comes down to this. Rusev, who has tapped out James Ellsworth to the accolade repeatedly. And then mysteriously it just appears. It just appears. Okay, sure. And it's still kind of floating over his shoulder because, you know, 2K and all that. They're going to fix it this year, yeah. They totally fixed the floating belt issue this year, right? They fixed it, huh? Okay, sure. I believe that. Anyway, give it to the ref. Kiss the belt. Show it to your next champion, James Ellsworth. It all comes down to this. Ding, 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 gloom. Hands are clipping through the frickin' knee pads. Anyway, all of a sudden, James Ellsworth, House of Fire. House of Fire. Anyway, elsewhere in the news, we have the disappearance of Lars Sullivan. Apparently was not at like 2 months of NXT tapings. People are kind of curious. But hey, you can't book everybody every time. That's just, unfortunately, not the way it works these days. So, I'm sure he's fine. Although some would certainly speculate perhaps a potential main roster call-up, which would not surprise me, but, you know, it is what it is. And also, Jason Jordan, the latest on the neck stuff. It's not good. It's not good. Could be out up to a year. Code breaker on Rusev. So I guess we'll see how that stuff plays out in the coming days and weeks with one Jason Jordan. I had a third story. Oh, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is open to negotiations with WWE. Now, that I think comes down to one very simple thing, right? And that is, the last time he was around, before he left to go do some Lucha Underground, was the fact that they wanted him on a full-time schedule, but he kept getting injured. So, for both parties' sakes, I would hope that this time, they give him a part-time schedule. Seriously. Just give him a part-time, easy schedule. Don't have him working house shows. None of that garbage. Make some money, and everyone involved will be happy. Seriously. Because you've obviously failed to continue to create the next Rey Mysterio. You've tried. God help you, you tried. But it hasn't happened yet. So, no, get to the top rope. To the top rope. From the Big Hog. A new, fresh fire from James Ellsworth here on this show. Picking up that Rusev boy. Hitting that WME. Not even waiting for the charge finish. Not even waiting for it. No chin music. I keep hitting down on the analog sticks. I was playing so much freaking 08. Rope break. Rope break. That didn't even occur to me there. I was gonna get a freaking rope break. Didn't even occur to me. Ellsworth. Nope, got reversed. People are surprised. The audience is shocked at how Ellsworth is doing so well when he has done poorly. But this is Big Match James. Big Match James. So, he puts on the fight when it matters. When it matters. With the standing cutter. The standing cutter. A new maneuver. Because it is Moveset Monday. 1 count. A 1 count. Rusev is still the Bulgarian Brute. What does James have to do here? What could he possibly pull out of his bag of tricks to fight Rusev here? It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen. But it is James's night here. It is clearly James's night at SummerSlam. Another code breaker. Another taunt to the audience. Who's the Big Hog? It's a James. Who's the man? That has the, even with the moveset, I can't do what I want to do because different weight classes. So, I might just turn off that stuff, because I don't need realism here, so I'm going to just turn off all of the weight stuff tomorrow, because it's kind of just, at this point, annoying. I put in all these moves, I can't do half of them because of reasons. So, I don't want to see the same 2 moves over and over again. We're not playing, oh wait, I have other moves. Seriously. Times 2. And now, he's charging it. He's calling for it. He's waiting for it. No chin music. Could this be it, folks? The squash match of the century. 3.5 stars. Will Rusev kick out? No, we have a new U.S. champion at SummerSlam. It's the Big Hog, James Ellsworth. Those 2 hands gave him that fighting chance. Also, I put the game on easy. Big Match James does it again. He does it again. The man who beat the Batman has now beaten the Rusev. There's no need for a breakout here, folks. There's no need. You're new champion. Just get used to it. Duh. Elsewhere on the card, The Miz defeats Braun Strowman on that IC belt tip. The Authors defeat the Hype Bros. We got Brock Lesnar calling out Samoa Joe. That's a match I want to watch. We have Roman Reigns beating Neville in a steel cage because Roman Reigns, because of course he did. Of course he did. And then John Cena, your new WWE champion, defeating the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. So people can finally say the champ is here. Anyway, I am your host, Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. I'll see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.